and I'm still with the electable Ian Hall from Landbay. So, talking of Landbay, as we do within the office.
Often, I hope.
Very, very often.
More often, frequently.
You are.
More recently, because we've become far more competitive than we ever were in the past.
Love that. Got that in first, didn't I, before I even asked the question. For brokers who've never come across Landbay, if I was to turn around to you, Ian, and say, what's one of the fundamental reasons why you'd consider Landbay? How would you answer that?
Well, I've been at Landbay 8 years, not 18 years now. I think we want to be everything to a landlord, so we want to be able to kind of fill lots of different pots for landlords. We want to be there for the vanilla landlords, the ones that have got smaller pots, but we want to be there for the bigger landlords as well. Yeah. And we obviously understand the bigger landlords are structuring their assets differently. They're moving into limited company. The limited company structures change. Yeah. So we've got the range that will give them the ability to place business with us, hopefully regardless of what they've done. Okay. Obviously, as we discussed this morning, within the right kind of remit, making sure they've got the right advice to get the setup, etc. correct. We've moved into other spaces as well with regard to holiday lets recently. We also realised that obviously the 5-year fixed rate market has been really popular, and you've obviously used us for. I think you also did some 10-year fixed rates for us. Yes. Back in what 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, and obviously they were great rates. Let's hope some of those come back, but we don't want to just have the landlords relying on 5 years, so we brought some interesting concepts into being able to attain the right rate with a 2-year fixed rate. So we'll do a like for like with a really strong kind of pay rate on a 2-year fixed rate when you're not borrowing any further monies. There's also obviously lots of other changes that hopefully come with regard to ICR. Obviously lots of other changes regarding our service and our ability to be more flexible and given obviously incentives through things like valuations being obviously quite costly these days, legal fees being quite costly. We're looking at lots of different things that we can help kind of reward the landlord for obviously not sticking with the same lender, maybe having the ability to move around, because obviously in the limited company market at the moment it's quite expensive if you do want to kind of shop around. Yeah, okay. So we're trying to help with that market.
Well, like you've mentioned, you know, you've been 8 years at Landbay, and I also know you've been in the buy-to-let field for a long, long time, Ian.
2 years,
so
too long.
Too long. So certainly when we do have these conversations with yourself, we know that, you know, your fundamental knowledge is already there. But that's just like us personally, 3MC with Ian Hall. 3MC with Landbay, we've been supporters of you from the very start.
Indeed.
And, you know, it's if we were to consider reasons for accessing Landbay via the likes of 3MC, what's one of the reasons, or how would you champion us in that kind of scenario?
Your knowledge is second to none, and I think hopefully the bits that we give you that we can do, and obviously the education you're giving the brokers with the new academy as well, but obviously even before, I think the knowledge that your brokers attain with regard to being able to place the deal the first time right is like huge to us, because we don't like a case that doesn't complete. You don't like a case that doesn't complete, and then having to replace it. It just doesn't make sense for the landlord, the lender, or the broker. Okay. So I think consistency, knowledge. You guys are really, really strong in that front, and I love dealing with you on a day-to-day basis. I don't deal with you as much anymore these days. But I think the team, you've got people I've known from when I first started at Landbay, and even obviously the lender before that as well.
It's quite nostalgic then, isn't it, really? But no, thank you.
I love coming in. I need to stop coming in on a Friday, but I do love coming on a Friday because I actually typically get the brokers to myself. I shouldn't really say that online.
I know, and you get a takeaway.
Oh, maybe.
Is it common knowledge about this takeaway?
Friday lunch.
Friday lunch. But no, as I say, it's, you know, we champion you, and I know it works both ways. You champion ourselves. Exciting things to come for Landbay.
Really excited. Obviously the new Premier products have come, and we're going to build on those. But we need to make sure we don't kind of forget about the rest of the range, and we haven't. So there's lots of different kind of bits coming to the existing, the core range and specialist range.
But no, looking forward, and to, as I say, just to see where it goes. But no, thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you for inviting us in.
Always, always.